All right, today we're jumping right into the deep end. We're going to tackle one of the most intense verses in the entire Bible. Seriously, this single line is packed with so much cosmic significance. I mean, just listen to this language. It's incredibly stark, right? You've got a great city getting torn apart, nations falling, and then this terrifying image of a cup filled with the fierceness of God's wrath. Wow.
Okay, I get it. This kind of imagery can be really intimidating. So, what does this apocalyptic vision of wrath and ruin truly mean? That's what we're here for. We're going to unpack these powerful symbols together to get to the real message at the heart of it all. So, let's dive in.
Okay, first things first, we have to understand this central metaphor, this whole cup of wrath thing. Now, you might think this is a new idea that just pops up in Revelation, but it's not at all. It actually has really deep roots that go way back. Check this out. Centuries earlier, the prophet Jeremiah uses this exact same imagery. He talks about a wine cup of this fury. So this isn't about some random, uncontrolled anger. No, the cup symbolizes a measured, righteous, divine judgment against nations that have rebelled. It's a really powerful metaphor for the ultimate consequences of turning your back on God. But here's where it gets even more interesting. If we look at the original Greek, it adds another whole layer of meaning. The verse uses the word thymos. And thymos isn't just your standard, everyday anger. It's more like a passionate, fierce indignation. Think of a sudden, intense outburst of emotion.
And get this, it pairs thymos with another word, orge. Now, orge is different. It refers to a more settled, judicial, kind of deliberate divine wrath. So when you put them together, what do you get? You get this incredible picture of a judgment that is both intensely passionate and perfectly righteous. It's the ultimate, totally unavoidable consequence for sin.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, if this cup is all about this fierce, deserved judgment, where's the good news in any of this? Well, believe it or not, it's found in this single, absolutely pivotal moment of transformation. Remember the Garden of Gethsemane? Right before his crucifixion, Jesus prays about a cup. He sees this very cup of divine wrath, the one filled with the judgment the world deserved, the one meant for Babylon, the one meant for all of us, and he accepts it as his own. He willingly steps in to drink it for us. And this sequence, right here, this is the absolute core of it all. It's how this whole picture is understood. The wrath that was deserved gets poured out entirely on Jesus. And right there, at that moment, we see a complete and, frankly, beautiful reversal take place. This just illustrates the change so perfectly. Think about it. The very same cup that was once meant for judgment, the one intended for this rebellious world system, it gets completely transformed at the cross. And then it's offered back to us. But it's not a cup of wrath anymore. It's the cup of the new covenant, a cup of salvation and life. What a switch. Okay, so we've talked about the cup. Now let's talk about who it was originally for. Who was the target of this wrath? Revelation calls it the great city, or Babylon. So what exactly is Babylon? Yeah, in the Bible, when you see the name Babylon, it's rarely talking about just the historical city. It's kind of like code. It stands for any corrupt human system, religious, political, economic, anything that sets itself up in direct opposition to God. And the verse says this city, this system, was divided into 3 parts. Now, you might just read past that, but hold on. That's not just some random detail about how it gets destroyed. There's meaning here. In biblical numbers, the number 3 often symbolizes completeness, totality. So when this system is divided into 3 parts, it signifies a total, complete, and absolutely final judgment. The fake unity that holds these corrupt systems together, it's shattered for good. And this final shaking of all these man-made systems, it's symbolically tied right back to the cross. Remember what happened when Jesus died? The Gospels tell us the earth literally shook, the ground trembled, and the veil in the temple was torn in 2. That was the moment judgment was served and the victory over all these corrupt systems was won. Okay, so we've looked at the cup, we've looked at Babylon, we've looked at the cross. When we bring all these powerful symbolic pieces together, what's the big takeaway? What's the crucial point we're supposed to get from this super intense verse? The central message, it's not just a scary warning about destruction, it's so much more. It's the story of how Jesus, by drinking that cup himself, completely transforms a narrative of judgment into one of absolutely incredible grace. He took what we deserved so that he could offer us a gift we could never, ever earn on our own. And that really changes how we can read a book like Revelation, doesn't it? It invites us to ask a different kind of question. How does seeing this verse as a story of victory, not just destruction, change the way we read these kinds of apocalyptic texts? It shows us that even the most intimidating, fierce imagery can point directly to a finished work of salvation. The ultimate takeaway is this: at the very center of judgment, you find an even more powerful story of grace.